If you were the president of the United States, what would your position be on the maintenance of national sovereignty versus the gradual surrender of it piece by piece through treaties and agreements and executive orders which give away control over our military, our educational system, our economy, and so forth to international forces? What is your position? And would you veto anything that came across your desk that would be contrary to that position? And then the other issue, of course, is our money supply. Do the candidates like what we have? Do they like having the money supply of the United States completely in the hands of a private banking cartel called the Federal Reserve System? Or are they going to take a stance against that? And if so, why?
Sovereignty. I pray for self-sovereignty for each and every one of you. And as we think about our role in the world and how we interact with foreign nations, we are not alone. We share this one earth. And it's important, if we're entering into agreements, if we're entering into treaties with foreign nations, that we are creating win-win or all-win situations. And I would much prefer a treaty over a war. I think in the context of the Federal Reserve, if I were president and it were 1913, there would be no Federal Reserve. Yet it's the year 2020, and we have to deal with the practical realities of the moment, which means you can't just end the Fed overnight without creating more problems than you solve. And so what is the process to creating a better monetary system in this country? I think it starts with transparency. It's putting in place the right process to audit the Fed. And understanding the role that technology plays in this. I created the US digital dollar in 2014. That's doing $10 trillion a year in transactional volume right now. Governments around the world are using that framework to use technology to enhance their currency. China has created the Chinese digital yuan, and they are years ahead of us. The dollar is at risk because of our fiscal policy, because of our national debt. The US dollar is the foundation of this nation. The US dollar is the foundation of our nation's economy. If something negative were to happen to that status, the adverse effects it would have on all of our lives, all of our businesses, and all of our institutions are very real. And it is at risk because of our national debt, because of our fiscal policy. Did you know that 22% of all dollars in existence were created this year? It is at risk because of the decisions and the actions that we are making here. We are eroding faith, trust, and confidence in it. Well, at a time that technology is also requiring us to be competitive. This is a major issue that you are not hearing brought up by any of the other candidates in the debates that you've been seeing. And it is very real. We're not even hearing about fiscal policy anymore. Like, we have to have fiscal policy. This stuff matters. How are we going to adapt to this ever-changing environment? Technology has a very important role to play in this. China is years ahead. Thank you.